G'day guys, SportSpek is back again with some great news. We got Matt today and we got Cotton Eye Joe over here, so don't pay too much attention to this jamoke. Regardless, we got a big debate coming. It's going to be state versus federal regulation.
Wait, time out. So we're gone for 2 weeks, and you say, and you bring back the video of state versus, federal. Oh, that's going to keep our 26 subscribers. Stay tuned.
Regardless,
okay.
That brutal introduction by
though we are
Mr.
very happy
Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah. All right. The big thing here, 2 days from now, there's going to be a big meeting led by the infamous Chuck Schumer, Democrat.
Not Amy Schumer's father.
No, not. A much worse man.
Okay.
And he basically is debating whether or not sports gambling should be federally regulated or through the states. Now this is a little different. We haven't talked about this before because this has kind of just been like the last month. This has been really popping up. And what he's basically arguing is that the federal government can have stricter regulations, within all 50 states. If you guys remember, the Supreme Court, when they took down PASPA, they said that the 50 states can decide. So it would be state regulations, which is a completely different topic and would allow many different things to happen, both on the sport level, taxation level, and just illegal/legal level, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of issues. So let's start with the fun area, the offshore, onshore companies, right? Mm-hmm. So the legal area.
Your Bovadas.
Exactly, the infamous Bovada. But so one thing in terms of competition is when you have this legalization of onshore books, they're still competing with offshore books because the offshore books, the one advantage they have is taxes. They're not paying pretty much any, right? So these companies that are onshore need to really work hard to compete, and where they compete is their pricing and their payouts. And without the tax scenario being favorable for onshore companies, they're going to lose out to a lot of offshore companies like Bovada that's going to just keep hammering in. They just made a new website. They literally redid their website. It's looking good. So there's an issue.
Are you telling us that you go on there, Vito?
No, I do market research. That's what I do.
Yeah, I do a lot of market research too.
I'm sure you do.
For the last 10 years.
So now, what other levels are we talking about? Let's talk about the actual companies. Let's talk about the NFL versus other companies. What's going on?
So right now, Roger Goodell and the rest of the commissioners, along with several sport representatives, they're pushing for federal regulation. And you might ask why. All right, especially since New Jersey was one of the first states to introduce possibly paying them an integrity fee.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it surrounds the integrity fee. The big leagues of sports, they're pushing for this because they want all 50 states on federal regulation to implement an integrity fee. Basically means, if you guys watched our previous videos, which I know our many subscribers did, is the sport leagues, NFL, NBA, all of them, they're going to take a slight percentage of revenue coming from gambling companies if it's bet on a team within their league.
Yeah.
And that's why they're pushing this. Chuck Schumer, of course, guys, Democrat, worked with Hillary, so he's in on this. And Roger Goodell is right up there too. He wants to push this. There's a lot of different reasons too, while they say for moral reasons that this is being done. States, things are a lot looser. I love state regulation. I really do.
You do? But you want to know something? Speaking of our beautiful, lovely Illinois, right?
Yeah.
So what happened recently was the University of Illinois professor says gambling is a gateway drug.
Yes.
It's a gateway affected drug.
Yes.
And because of that, we need to make sure there's strict things surrounding it, right? But no one's talking about jewels. I mean, the FDA is on that, but slowly, right? So, in all honesty, that's a huge, when you preach to the public, hey, this is a gateway drug, that's a loaded statement.
Absolutely.
That is a loaded statement.
Absolutely. And of course, it's coming from a guy from Illinois, right? One of the most corrupt,
which is a stab in the back.
Horrible state. That's all I'm going to say. Get out if you can, right?
I like it here. Nice falls, lovely mosquito weather. Just attack you.
Humid.
It's beautiful.
But it's all good. But the one thing Illinois can do is create a pretty optimal situation for you to bet in the future. Depending on who tells them what to do and just which way they're being swayed, they can create better situations for companies to stay in Illinois, bring jobs to Illinois, and have better taxation for Illinois. Not that I'm saying that taxes are going to be low. They're going to be still pretty high. Plus an integrity fee. My friend, the bottom line for every gambling company, they're going to have slim margins if they got to pay all these fees.
But they will have the volume. So, like, to play
gonna have
devil's
it.
advocate, they will have the volume because everyone's been waiting for gambling for, 20, 30 years.
Absolutely.
So, but I do agree with you. The pricing, is going to be completely off with those integrity fees. I've heard anywhere from 0.5% to 1%,
which can be a
per
lot.
actual league. That's a lot. I mean, that basically wipes out their margins for the gambling companies.
It's going to be a lot. This is revenue, guys. It's not income that they're going to make.
Oh, yeah.
So they want these fees based off revenue because they're sneaky. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, not so sneaky either because they came out and pretty much said it. But yes,
I don't know. And another thing too is on the federal argument, which guys I'm not for. There's a lot of moral reasons, I guess. Okay, one of the moral reasons being is state laws. It's been happening in the past. Illinois is always corrupt. They're afraid that people are going to start slipping things under the door. And that some companies, gambling companies, are going to have, an advantage over others, which I understand. But like I said, I don't think that's their main objective. That's kind of what they're fighting for. I don't know.
So previously to this, there has been no integrity fee, right?
No.
So is that to say that the
Ever.
leagues are not? There's no integrity in the leagues, or what?
Well, clearly, if our commissioners are fighting for this,
But that's my thing is like, why would you say that? Because how much more education do we need for these leagues? Because if there isn't any money going to it now, what is it?
You talk about the gateway drug, right? The league comes in, grabs some money from gambling. Then all of a sudden you got a few people that try going, hey, let's get some of these players to do something for us. And then all of a sudden you got game fixing problems.
Yep.
Right? That's called a gateway. All right?
Yep.
That's what that opens up to. I'm surprised that people are even thinking about doing this, including lawmakers.
It doesn't really make sense.
The Democrats are supposed to be the ones protecting the people, right?
Everyone is
against those terrible capitalist
It's all smoke and mirrors.
pigs.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
I don't know. It's not good.
But now, speaking of smoke and mirrors, FanDuel. What's going on with FanDuel over there? Do you smell
You guys
rat?
are gonna love this. So FanDuel, obviously, big fantasy, company. They
Not betting though.
No,
Until now.
Not betting until now. They started. They made their gambling platform pretty quickly after PASPA passed, and they're trying to slowly put this in. They're in Vegas already. And what happened was that during the Denver Broncos and Oakland Raiders game this past week, there was a pricing error. So they mispriced their odds for approximately how many? How long?
So 18 seconds.
18 seconds.
750 to 1 odds.
That's what they accidentally put. Whether it was accident, I don't know. It lasted 18 seconds, and of course, a few people quickly picked up on it, and they bought it, and they technically should have won a lot of money. FanDuel basically said, nah, we ain't paying that. And there's probably going to be some battle between them.
Well, there was.
There
and
was.
the thing
And
is that, so like, there was an issue there, and then people were like, you got to pay them. FanDuel's like, no, terms and agreements. And then eventually, 82,000 roughly, they paid out to this one guy just for putting in a smart bet.
Yeah, how much did he put in? He only put in like
Oh my God,
$4,000.
Not even.
Not even. And he
It was
made
disgusting.
82,000 off.
It was
that.
crazy.
I wish I was there for such a mistake.
Yeah, me too.
Regardless, FanDuel,
It was
a
$100
fantasy
something
team, $100-something dollars.
$110.
$110, right, guys? And of course, I'm sitting here with a ping pong paddle.
Who's the real winner? This guy.
Lord.
But anyways, these next couple days are going to be really crucial, and the problem is no news outlets really covering this.
No. So I bet nobody knew that these debates were coming.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
And it's happening within the next few days. I'm really curious what's going to happen. I personally believe it should be left to the states. It's going to take longer for laws to pass if it's by 50 states. But the thing is, it's going to be better for you, the person, and it's just going to be better for companies itself.
So stay tuned to us next week. We're going to cover more things regarding this issue and more issues to come. Please subscribe and have a great week.
See you guys.